What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Champions Corner, the ultimate destination for all things wrestling. So whether you're a diehard fan or just stopping in, and this is your first time, we want to welcome you to the Champions Corner. This podcast is your ringside seat for the exhilarating world of what we call sports entertainment. So in this episode, we're going to cover all things, man. We're going to talk about this giant Netflix deal, the impact Sting has made on pro wrestling. Will Chris Jericho ever be in the Hall of Fame? The debut of Mercedes Mone, and last but not least, we're gonna talk about my girl Jade Cargill. She officially signed with Smackdown. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the Champions Corner. I want to welcome you guys again. I'm right here with my all-star team here. I got Ron, I got Lonnie. We about to break this thing down, guys. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
We in here. We back.
Yeah. Before we move any further, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you're following us on Spotify. Make sure you're following us on Podbean, and make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Did I leave anything out, fellas? Where else? TikTok. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share those reels. We looking forward to hearing more about your comments. And you can also email us. Because later down the road, we want to make sure that we touch the hearts of the fans. So later down the road, I want you to email us. You can email us at Champions Corner Podcast 2004. I'll make sure I put that in the notes so you guys can see that email. But let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the first order of business. Let's talk about this huge WWE Netflix merger. What y'all think about that?
Well, the question that comes to mind. Sorry, Trump, bro. The question that comes to mind is like, what is going to be that next level of it, right? It's a very powerful, lucrative deal, right? Netflix being the platform it is. A lot of things they have. I think they have like a boxing match, a popular boxing match coming. So they're growing their campus there. So what does that include for pro wrestling? What does that include? What's going to be the limitations? What's going to be what they're going to exceed? Like, what is it going to grow into? What is it, like a 5 to 10 year deal or something like that?
It's a 5-year deal, and not only is it a 5-year deal, it's a $5 billion deal. I mean, come on, that's a big deal.
No pun intended. I got it. Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts about it. How long will they change how long the shows are? Like, it's 3 hours for Raw right now, 2 hours for SmackDown, 2 hours for NXT. But will they change the time? Will they go as long as they want to go, or they go back 2 hours for Raw? And how and what kind of content will we get from that? Will we get more cussing like The Rock doing it on SmackDown right now, or they still try to keep it, family oriented with habits of verbiage or language in there? And will it affect people that are used to seeing on TV at certain times that they don't want to do Netflix? A lot of people don't have Netflix, or like maybe older fans, maybe they don't have Netflix and they are forced to get it and pay that subscription every month. Will they want to do that? So it's things like that. There's a lot of details in it that it could affect different people in different ways.
Right.
So and some people probably with Netflix are already mad, like, WWE gonna make us pay more money because they got on there. It's gonna go. It's already been going up rapidly with Netflix subscriptions.
Right.
The price will it go up even more when Raw comes to Netflix?
I'm gonna say this, man. Bye the cable TV. This is the first. I mean, we've been seeing this progression. Because listen, I moved to Florida about 6 years ago, coming up in May. Man, I can't tell you the last time I paid for cable, bro. I've been screaming for 6 years, and we've seen this slow decline to how we used to know it. Nobody's really sitting in front of their TV waiting for their show anymore. Man, they're watching it on YouTube, they're watching it on Facebook, they're watching it on Instagram. So this is the proverbial last nail in the coffin for cable TV. This is a huge deal. This is moving sports forward now. So now you're gonna have. So you already got on Peacock. I think at Peacock, Amazon Prime, you can watch football. On Hulu, you can watch football, the whole football game on Hulu. This is just elevating the game now, man. This is so all the people that were trying to compete with WWE, bye-bye. I mean, bye-bye. Because guess what? The product is so good. I mean, I was reading on an article that WWE is the #1 rated show on USA. They bring in 1.75 million viewers weekly. 52 weeks. They bring in that much people weekly. So people already love the product. So I mean, listen, like I always say, man, if you build it, the people will come. So once Netflix raised the price or whatever they want to do, people ain't got no choice. They're gonna pay that subscription. But why? Because they want to see Cody Rhodes, they want to see Roman Reigns, they want to see the story unfold. They're not gonna be left out on the big deal.
I would say to that point too. I was gonna say some RC. You got a very valid point, bro, about the subscription prices and all that stuff. But I think also to Sean's point, if you think about a cable bill, I don't know how much it may cost, because I haven't had cable in a while either. So if you think about how much cable may cost now monthly, and you can get like 3 or 4 subscriptions to kind of even that out, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how people roll with it. I think yes, there will be people who probably don't want to switch over because of the price, or maybe they don't like Netflix or whatever that case may be. But you're going to get a lot of people who do come in there too. So that's just the nature of business, honestly. But valid point though, what you said though, valid point, because you are speaking the concerns of people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it may be conversations that you had or heard with people, but overall, I think it'd be good for the business. We have to wait another 9 months, maybe even longer than that, because we probably won't have a good kind of cadence on until about this time next year to see how it's going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I say. It's good that they put it out early so people get people ready for it a year out when they announced it. So, and that was a helpful tactic to do it. But it's still people going to be like, they know what they used to, and a lot of people don't like change. But it's still the other side where people don't exactly are wrestling fans just yet, or they kind of in and out, and they see it on Netflix. They're like, let me check this out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't watched wrestling in a while, and that's on Netflix. What are they talking about? Nah, they must be something good they got Netflix. Because everything just added on Netflix. You might give it a try. You see a preview, you might check it out, and that could bring a lot more new fans.
Man, and not only that, bro. I mean, shoot, I canceled my Netflix subscription. The moment I heard that WWE was coming, I'm like, man, here I am planning. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get Netflix, because
you gotta get it back.
I gotta get it back, man. I mean, but to me, man, that's just so cutting edge. WWE has been on the cutting edge for a lot of things that we now see in sports. Because of the production that WWE had. I mean, that's why the NFL is what they are. They weren't doing the whole moving camera and bringing people immersive into the sports show until, man, WWE pioneered a whole lot of stuff. And here they are yet again, pioneering the way for professional wrestling to be screened. I mean, I think it's a big deal. I hear your point about the consumers, man, but at the end of the day, business is business, man. Disney goes up every year. Guess what? Their park never empty.
Yep, you're right.
You can't get in right now. You can't get in today if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Listen, bro. And not only that, Universal's building their fourth gate, bro. It don't matter what that ticket price is going to be, bro.
People gonna come. Yeah.
Wow, man. Listen, pretty soon, I always tell people, man, shoot, we gonna get to the point we got to cancel breakfast, man, because you buying a carton of eggs, man. Eggs expensive, bro. But go buy the eggs, bro.
Inflation.
It don't matter.
Yeah, but I think AEW was trying to test it also, because they have their like kind of reality show they was doing on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So a lot of people thought they was doing like gonna have a TV deal with HBO Max, but it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, it could be in the works. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But WWE is putting it out first. They done went ahead of them and got this Netflix deal, and it's announced it's going to happen.
Right.
And ain't no telling what's going to happen on that first episode. That first episode is going to be big.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so everybody going to tune into that.
And
that's going to get a lot more views than they would have got on like regular TV. And I don't even know if they're going to think about ratings anymore. I don't know what they're going to gauge certain things by, but since it's on Netflix, so it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It will. And to your point, just like Raw Day 1 this past year,
Yeah.
you had a classic main event. You had Drew McIntyre versus Seth freaking Rollins, and now you got that at WrestleMania. But then you had the Rock surprise return, and then he dropped the bomb on should I say the head of the table. So if they're gonna expand on that for something big debut on a platform like Netflix, yeah, it would have to be like it would always remind you of like one of those anniversary shows for Raw. Like they do like the anniversary shows, and they bring back the Stone Colds and the Mick Foley's sorry, RC, the Rocks and the DX and all these different things. You know what I'm saying? But they know people gonna we'll see. It's gonna be
They may do that, but with the roster they got now, do they even need to do that?
Nah.
Bring like old stars? This roster is stacked, and ain't no telling who gonna be there by that time.
Right.
Because them NXT stars, they doing their thing down in NXT, and like a guy with Obafemi, he wasn't in wrestling long, but he's already a North American champion, and he's doing great. Like he's been doing this for years. So ain't no telling by that time anybody could be on that roster, and that's all you need to see because they putting on the show. Every roster, every show from NXT, SmackDown, or Raw, they doing what they need to do. Shawn Michaels, I don't know who training everybody. I've got all trainers are down there right now, but they doing some work right now.
Right.
Yeah, man, it is. It's a beautiful thing. To your point, yeah, they probably won't need them. Not to say they won't do it, but they probably won't. The roster is that they can definitely put some names up there, match rather, a marquee match, and be like, yo, this is the one people been waiting on, or whatever however that goes. So yeah, it's so much that can go into that, man. So much to build on.
I mean, not only that. So now we're gonna have the premium pay-per-views. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I want to know, will they have like their whole? I assume they're gonna have like the whole collection, like Raws, the whole like they did on the network. Like I guess they're gonna have all that too.
That's what I'm trying to figure out because they already still got Peacock and they didn't say it was ending. I don't think they said it was ending. I have to check up on that, but if they still have that, because they mostly just saying Raws on Netflix. So I don't know if everything else is coming. I seen like a post that all of them may be coming, but I don't know if right now it's just Raw for right now. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I think I heard plans some time ago where SmackDown was trying to move someplace else. I'm not really sure that either. But I know when they did the Peacock thing, they had in states it was Peacock, but internationally they still kept the WWE network. So I don't know if it'd be a mixture of that again as well. I guess there's more to come from that.
Well, this is I think SmackDown was thinking about going to USA because I think USA still wants to keep wrestling because they probably got the biggest on that channel or that station. And I know NXT is supposed to go to CW. That's why I'm still like, they might not move to Netflix too soon.
Yeah, I think it was CW that they're supposed to go to.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna move too soon.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be Raw for right now.
Yeah, so only Raw moving to Netflix.
Yeah.
Got it. Just to kind of try it out, probably. Yeah.
It's still a WWE deal, though. It's still a WWE deal, so they can do, depending on the negotiations of that contract, man.
Yeah.
They can, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it's a big platform. Like I said, they got Tyson fighting with Jade Cargill in July on that platform. So, that's what that platform is going into now. A streaming service can bring big things like that now. Now getting sports entertainment in terms of WWE, man,
it's a big deal, man. And to bring Raw over there, man. Raw is war. I guess that's a little retro right there. I see you got your Kurt Angle shirt on.
You know it. So, you see on this past Raw, they look like went back to the Attitude Era with the Rock and Cody.
Perfect segue, man, because I want to get right into it, man. I want to talk about, man, I've been itching to talk about this last episode of Raw. I mean, let's recap Raw, man. It was flat out amazing. Let me do the due diligence to paint the scene for those that may have not had a chance to see it. The final boss arrived on the scene. I mean, the whole place went bananas. I mean, it went crazy. You would have thought Triple H came out. I mean, that's the level of excitement these people had. I mean, that's the level of intensity these people had. I thought.
I watched that. I watched the intro like 30 times. The Rock coming in, that intro was too far. Whoever set that up, give them a raise.
That intro is next level, man. The Rock showing people yet again there's levels to the game. I mean,
them camera angles.
Camera angles. I think he even sat down and talked to the game and said, "Man, how can I improve my?" You probably did that, but anyway, I digress. But
okay.
I mean, nobody knew. I wasn't expecting The Rock. I thought he was gonna come on April Fool's Day, April 1st.
Yeah, he was supposed to come this coming Monday, but he said he showed up early. He mentioned my name. I'm showing up early.
Yeah. But man, paint the scene for them, Lion. Take the people there, for those that may have not saw it.
Well, first of all, let me start it like this. That Raw, I gave an 8 because the match quality, the segments, 2 in particular that really was stand out to me. But to kind of piece it all together, you got Cody Rhodes here, and he's talking about the final boss. He's talking about the tribal chief. He's talking about what he has to achieve in WrestleMania. And this is the key factor of that particular moment, though. He starts the show. He has everybody, I don't know if you caught this, looking at the sign. Pointing at the sign. So they're not even looking the other way.
Oh, okay.
So they ain't even look. So you saw that was set up. They looking at the sign, and then it cuts them off in the middle. He's about to say the climax, man. He's about to get it. At WrestleMania, the final boss, the tribal chief gonna fall, then and then this came and busted loose, homie. Hey, the fans went wild. I saw a lady grab a camera. I saw her on TV. She turned around. At first I was like, wait a minute, this is like a little tease to distract them, and then Roman gonna come out or something, because he wasn't advertised. The Raw wasn't advertised for that. You know what I'm saying? So the way that's number one. The way they set that up was profound. Like everybody was looking one way, and then he came. It's like, and then that happened. Then he did his entrance. He gets into the ring. He does his 2 poses. He does the corner. Then he does the corner. He gets in the ring, and then The Rock. He melts it in. Right? Fans are going crazy. This is awesome. This is awesome, chat. And they're not doing nothing. They're just looking at each other. Right? Then he walks up to him, says something, and leaves. So now you go from a big pop, this is awesome, to boos.
Yeah, but you know what he said, right?
Yeah, I know what he said. I'm gonna get there too, because let me tell you how I found that out.
Okay.
So when he first said it, obviously I didn't catch it, right?
Yeah.
And then I think I went on a Samoan Instagram page popped up on it. It said, "Tonight I'm gonna make you bleed."
Yeah.
And I was like, and then when I went back to go see it, and I read his lips, that's exactly what he said. And that's why Cody was so puzzled, right? So yeah, he got gangster on that, though. He got gangster, but he
final boss. That's what it is.
And Cody was like, and then later in the night, Cody was like, I don't want to repeat it because he can't keep that promise or something. He's telling Jack and Redman that. So I'm gonna pause right there because that's a lot to take in. But the way he did that, this is WrestleMania season. This is what it's about, man. It's not necessarily so much about. It's about the surprises at WrestleMania 2 that happen, but I also believe it's called the road to WrestleMania. You have to have memorable moments right there, and that alone, that whole night, bro, like the segment part, that whole night has to be. It's got to be replayed, and now it makes you wonder what happens next.
Yeah,
that's the beginning.
I'm getting goosebumps now.
I got one question.
What's that?
Where's Roman? I need it. This is not Cody versus The Rock. That was the whole night was amazing. But where is Roman at least coming at the end and say but we'll get to the end. But I'm just saying, come on.
But check it out. That is, you're right, man. Because now we're gonna have to get the payoff between The Rock and Cody. Now it done got that heated. We're gonna.
I'm trying to tell you. The Rock kept talking about this man, mama. What Roman said? Roman just called him a politician. Wow. Rock talking about this man, mama. He don't. Come on. I need some more. I need to see some more interaction. I know we did it last year, but he need to get more in. Roman need to get more in there. Hopefully something happens on SmackDown.
I think now Friday, The Rock and Roman Reigns supposed to be on the show if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Monday. They're supposed to be there. They're advertised for Monday. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So you never know what can happen tomorrow.
Right.
In that regard. So
Roman better be there. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I mean, and before we get to the icing, the cherry on top, what happened at the end, that segment between CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and who was else in there? I can't remember the other guy. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Well, but before I went, did you all notice like Paul Heyman and Drew McIntyre was having a conversation far in the background?
Yep.
They still they planting them seeds.
That's Triple H's signature, right? I think he does that. He all gets somebody in the background, so you got to pay attention to everything on the screen,
right?
And that's great.
Man, that was perfect. I didn't even realize it until the next day they was talking about it. I was like, wait, and then they showed the video. I think it was Miz and R-Truth. They was having an interview or something like that.
With DIY,
yeah. But man,
the next.
that whole segment with them, man, their interaction was priced. I mean, was amazing. CM Punk, what he had. CM Punk's always next level. Seth is always good on the mic, and then Drew. I'm loving Drew as a heel.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm loving Drew as a heel. He talking about some PG, but what he said, PG brother.
Yeah. I don't know, but my favorite part was CM Punk when Drew McIntyre said, "I'm the chosen one." But there, CM Punk says, "Who called you that? What's his name?" Drew couldn't do nothing but smile and laugh because he can't say it. Yeah. He can't say that.
Right.
But on a personal note, though, in this pit, I know we haven't been backstage and all that, and I get that, but we still can say it because we've been around the business a long time watching it. Controversy creates cash, right? So you think about the historic reaction I said, you think about, because you knew Seth had to come out. If Drew was out there, you knew Seth had to come out. So we understand that, Seth and CM Punk may not like each other. They may, whatever level that's on. But when you come together to do business and you know what it's going to create for you, the business itself, and you get the big payoff from it, because those seats still get planted too, that match, you know what I'm saying? So, but they came together, and I think that's another part that made that segment so lively. And think about this. Another seed that was potentially planted now. So we're in CM Punk's hometown. Seth Rollins is interrupting him, telling him he don't like him. Or Face is telling him in his hometown, I don't like you, essentially. You know what I'm saying? He got cheers, he got boo, but where do you go with that, right? Where you go with that?
Right.
Does that plant more seeds to him and Cody later? It's so many parts there.
But go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
But CM Punk got to have a match with both of them sometime, because that was Punk and Seth was supposed to be the match we were supposed to have at WrestleMania, which I was so hyped for. But Punk got to have a match with both of them, and that's money. 2 money matches, 2 big pay-per-view, big PLE money matches right there. I mean, everybody is ready to see that. Hopefully, Punk stays healthy throughout all of it, because he don't need no more injuries, because people are really gonna get on him even harder than they already are. But he needs those 2 matches, and because that'll really cement him back. So he's back WWE. He's back being a team player, not being what people call a trouble backstage. He's trying to work with everybody, and he's making money with everybody. And that's what he needs. He's trying to get so far, he's getting along with everybody. All the fans from wrestlers from NXT, they've been trying to train with him. They're talking about their injuries, and he has one, but they're talking about their injuries, what all they've been going through, and then people backstage on the main roster, everybody seems to be getting along so far.
Yeah.
Only person that probably says something was Seth, but is that really true, or how they buried the hatchet, or maybe compromises just to work together for business? But he's been good so far, but he just needs to stay healthy, because he's money. Everybody wants to see him fight both of them, so I'm waiting for all that.
Man, it seems like he's in a good place now. I'm not there. Of course, none of us are there. We don't know, but I mean, it seems like he's in a really good place. And like you said, I mean, now that we live in the social media world, I mean, I'm seeing videos with him and, interacting, especially with the Royal Rumble. He was interacting with the guys from the, NXT. They was helping him train and stuff like that. So I mean, it seems like he's in a good place. I mean, but like he said, he's gonna make these guys relevant again, right?
Mhm.
Total mic drop.
Yeah.
Not as good as Triple H, but I mean,
Boy. And one of the things I love was when he referenced the promo he had with The Rock.
right.
Or saying your arms too short to box with God. I love that promo. That's when I watched that promo a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite same promos with him and The Rock.
He better watch out now because he got the final boss.
Yeah, that's way different.
He be the next one. He be the next one.
Hey, but he also name dropped a couple other folk now.
Yeah.
He said, now this is what he said. He said, Roman, since I'm still climbing the mountain and you're gonna be coming down, so we'll meet in the middle. Or something along those lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot of matches he got. It's a lot of matches he got set up.
Yeah.
So I think that segment itself was a good seed planner, and I was curious to what was going to happen. I was hoping that he was going to say, you know what? I'll say pull a John Cena. That's what I was hoping he did. You know what? I'm clear. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this triple threat at Wrestle. I thought, and my second thought was like, okay, he's going to referee. Right?
Yeah.
He's going to referee some kind of way. I don't know how with the arm, but he might referee.
I think the audience was chanting or somebody asked for him to be a referee, right?
It was a crowd, yeah.
It's crowd. But he's going to be a guest commentator. But what happens there?
Man, what if he does what you thought he was going to do Monday? What if he do that in the middle of the match at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
It seems like he's working hard in rehab and what he need to do, so it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
man, it's so much anticipation, man.
So much anticipation, man, but the end of the night was a spectacle. I mean, the rain was in place. We had a good. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better theatrical moment, right? The Rock brought Hollywood to a beatdown for Cody.
The Rock even seemed surprised, like he didn't know it was raining outside. He's like, "It's perfect. Look, it's perfect, Chicago." I love doing these. I watched that a bunch of times. I love that part. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah, he said it's perfect. It's perfect. Look at your hero now. Look at your hero.
Hey, kudos to before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to Cody Rhodes because you can tell even during the beatdown he received, he was taking care of the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't try to fight back. He had plenty of time to get his speed going, but kudos to him for being making that look good and selling that. Mm-hmm. Not even on he didn't post nothing yet that I saw on social media after that. Right. So kudos to him. But go ahead, Sean, get into it, man. I know that you was getting hype about it. You was
man, the whole scene, man. The whole scene was amazing. I mean, but then he gets beat up right outside his own bus. Come on, man. You talk about a good heel moment. You get beat up right outside the ride with the advertisement. I mean, they got this new. I'm not sure if it's a deal between WWE and this vodka company, but it was advertised on the back of his bus. From a business standpoint, from what I'm hearing, man, that's a big deal. Because that's a whole nother branding, a whole nother type of stuff you get, man. But for The Rock to come out there and do what he did, only The Rock could do it. And shout out to the people that produces that moment, man. I mean, what an amazing moment. I thought for a second, I was like, man, wait a minute, he's not about to you ain't about to throw him over the thing.
I was thinking the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like he did Austin.
Right.
He threw it in kind of title.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? You had to bring that up, didn't you? You had to bring that up.
I'm just saying, it seemed like that was about to happen.
Take us down memory lane. What happened to Austin? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, you know what we're going to talk about Austin right now? We're going to talk about how, ironically, Cena and Austin were on those trucks outside.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. Yeah. A lot of people speculating, are they going to show up just because is that foreshadowing something?
So now I'm looking at this like the end game. I'm looking at Roman as Thanos. Yeah, Roman as Thanos. I'm looking at The Rock. I don't know who we can compare The Rock to. He might as well be Thanos too. I mean, but I'm looking at.
You saying final boss? I guess.
I'm looking at this like imagine this. What if everybody Roman Reigns has beat up to this point? They all team up individually come out there and you know, attack Roman or whatever. Roman fights them all, and then the big dogs come out. Austin and Cena, they come out.
Well, that's still a lot of people. They gonna have to get the whole Samoan family to come out there. Be all the people coming out.
Hey, the thing about that though, which side would they be on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got. That's not forget. You got family all over that show right now. You know what I'm saying? You got the twins fighting each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jay and Jimmy. And I hope Rikishi come out for that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But to your point though, but back to your point with The Rock and the climax of that. Now, this always comes with the proverbial question: are we going back to the Attitude Era?
Right.
We try to say we'll get facets of it because let's think about what the Attitude Era was. I think RC said it last week. The matches we don't really remember. We remember the moments, right? That was an Attitude Era moment, but we're not going to go back to broadcast matches.
No.
We're not going back to all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I said you get parts of it, right?
Yeah, certain aspects.
Yeah, you got the final boss. You know, he busted them over. But let's talk about the part that everybody wants to talk about. This man took off a belt. This man spent money to get a belt made that says Mama Rose.
Mama Rose.
They might start selling those on WWE Shop.
They gonna sell them, bro. Look,
they gonna sell them. And he took Cody blood just like he said, and he smeared it over the belt.
I'm a man of my word.
Man, come on, man. The whole thing was a good heel moment.
Hey, so that right there, that's what I'm talking about when you say it leaves you wondering what's going to happen. The anticipation of it. Now, there are some things you can figure out, granted, because you've been watching it for years. But it's like now, what happens now from that? How do you build on that? Because next week they're in another one of their top towns of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? From a raw perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I believe they're in Connecticut tomorrow for SmackDown. So, you know, the momentum.
Now,
the momentum of it.
Now, what if so back to your point in the beginning, RC, like, you know, where's Roman? Like, now what if this is just, you know, I sent my goons out there to do my bidding, you know? I sent my boys out there to do my bidding, to beat him down, wear him down. So all I got to do is show up to Mania both nights and it's lights out. Now that's a boss move right there.
Well, he need to say that. I should. We can speculate on that, but he needs to say that because all you're doing is talking to Cody and trying to get your goons out there from last SmackDown. That was a great moment too, from last SmackDown, but they didn't do anything. Rock pretty much did this by himself. Right. Cody was whooping on Solo and Jimmy, and Rock come out of nowhere and did start doing whooping this by himself.
Right.
Roman should have been right there. It could have been both of them beating him down.
Now,
and then he could have kept asking, where's Seth?
But Seth got knocked out by Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
but Roman still could have been there and did a double beat down.
Yep. But he wouldn't have did that because I think I listened to Busted Open the other day, and Bully Ray said something that was very interesting to me. He said if he would have booked it, he would have had Roman come there in like a slow walk, and then the camera kind of fades to Roman and like kind of nods to The Rock, good job, and then they leave together.
That would have been great.
That would have been good.
Roman could have been there right in the rain. He wear hoodies all the time. Put your hoodie on, come out in the rain and talk some junk something.
And then what if Roman had opened the bus door?
I don't know what he doing Cody bus, but I mean that would have been interesting. He could have broke in there. I mean, that would have been great. A great touch. I
mean, but that would have kept Roman in the picture if you know, he said like Roman comes out, a little slow walk in the middle of the rain and like good job. That would have kept Roman in the conversation. Because now we like, boy, it's about to be the scratch the tag match. If I'm Cody, I'm like, listen, I want one-on-one with the great one.
But let me ask you this. So RC, I just thought about this. I hear you. So this is why Roman's a tribal chief there. You just said where's Roman? Because now they got to get caught in the Rock. Is that any different than anybody else Roman's been leading?
Yeah.
He always had
even though Roman's not there every time. Huh?
He always had the Usos and Solo doing his work.
Yeah, but a lot of times he still, whenever he showed up, he still beat them down, speared them, Superman punch, something. He still came when he wanted to. I'm waiting for that moment he beats Cody down or do something and not just talk to him.
But now, but he's paid his dues so much. Now he's the guy. I just show up to do the cleaning at the end of the day. I come up, do what I got to do, and hit the road. You know,
I get that. It's just been so much tension between Rock and Cody. It's like it's building up to their match. That's what it seems like. It's all entertaining. It's all great. But the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 is Roman and Cody. Maybe Bloodline rules. Everybody's still going to be there, maybe. But it's still, it's on the marquee, Roman and Cody.
But maybe we get the payoff later down the road, you know, between the Rock and Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on what happens at WrestleMania. I don't know.
But I mean, now I'm like, man, what's gonna happen next? I can't remember the last time I was like watching that program and like, man, what's about to happen? You know, what's about to happen, man? So
that's how it's supposed to be.
But man, speaking of spectacle and speaking of, you know, just great moments, man, let's jump into the Hall of Fame career of Sting. Let's jump into that, man. The Sting, I mean, he had a historic, legendary career. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he did. You know, Sting's one of my favorites. And for me personally, man, you know, I would have loved to see. So we've seen his only WrestleMania match. We were there in person. So that was a big moment from that perspective. But
he should have won.
The business
for what? What you say?
I said Sting should have won, but okay.
Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. Like I always tell you, what's best for business, bro? But I ain't gonna take that moment.
So, but you know, for being in the business since 1985 and to teaming with the Warrior and then going and then having the classic with Ric Flair and then teaming with Lex Luger, becoming tag champions, having classic with the Steiner brothers, becoming the face of WCW. You know what I'm saying? Becoming the face of WCW. Having classics from the Bleach Blonde to the Crow to the Joker, whatever he called him in AEW, you know what I'm saying, in terms of that nature, the theme pass of it. But you know, it's just kind of one of those things, man. It's legendary. You know, it is very poetic to have it ended where it began for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very poetic. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they booked him pretty right, WWE. I don't think he lost the match since he's been there. If I'm not mistaken, you know.
I don't think he did.
So, but if you think about Sting, you think about, you know, the Howl, you know, you think about the Scorpion, you know, pants with the multiple colors. You think about the Crow and how that happened, that whole thing with Hogan, you know, how he was not talked for a year and the creativity of Sting and the respect he has from his peers. You still have people talking about that. And according to Ric Flair, him and Ricky Steamboat, the two nicest guys in the business ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you, Sting. If you ever get to see this, kudos to you. Thank you for everything you done for me as a kid. I had a lot of your merchandise. When you used to come to our hometown of Columbia, South Carolina, you know, in the Township Auditorium, I used to always look forward to seeing you. So kudos to you. Thank you for the memories. I wish you would have got a match with Undertaker. I do, but that's all I have to say about that. So, you know, I appreciate you, Sting. Go ahead, fellas.
Man, walk us through, man. What was that last match like? 'Cause I didn't get a chance to see the last match.
I didn't get to see it either, but I can tell you the highlights I saw. You know, the very poetic part of it, that his sons came out there with him. Of course, you know, you heard about the Darby Allin spot.
Yeah, I think that's the most watched part of it.
Yeah. So, you know, Sting was emotional driven that time. I believe Ricky Steamboat got kicked. I think Ric Flair got knocked out as well. So I think RC might have saw it. Have you seen? Is it RC or?
I ain't haven't seen the full thing, but like I said, I watch highlights. And I mean, what the highlights was the biggest parts of it. And like I said, the Young Bucks bumped. They were almost the perfect last match. A lot of people was questioning the Young Bucks being his last match, but they make movement for him. This man was kind of old up there, but
he's 60-something years old, man.
Yeah, but he's really his whole thing in AEW. He's done like so many big spots you wouldn't think of somebody his age would do. And in that last match, the Bucks aided in that. They move around for him. That's what they do. And then leading up to it, they made a big rivalry and they beat him down, and it just built up well. People questioned it, but that's probably the best one for him.
I would say what was really cool if you saw that a lot of his peers over the years showed up.
Right.
Like of course Lex Luger, they're like best friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page was there as well. So you can kind of get to that place and see what that meant for everybody and what that meant, what he means to them, not just the business stuff to the fans that they would go out of their way to come and see his last match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of this has been built up for a while. So from my understanding, man, and looking at the build up, they did him very well.
Yeah.
Did him very well. Kudos to AEW for booking them correctly on that. For sending them off in the sunset, as they say.
Right.
And hopefully he's at peace with everything now, because I know he didn't like the way it ended in WWE.
I don't know why not. Wait, back up. I don't know why not.
Well, he had a match. I'm talking about the match himself.
No, I think personally, they could have treated. I mean, he could have done a whole lot of more things in WWE. I mean, now I'm hearing, that Vince wasn't a big fan of the Undertaker and Sting having that match. But I mean, and the Undertaker said itself. I mean, considering the injuries Undertaker had and where he was at and how he was moving in the ring, he said he don't feel like he could have delivered up to the magnitude of what that match could have been. So I think that's professional,
Yeah, I understand that too. But they wasn't. They were chasing Sting for a while, man. But he decided to go to TNA. That's where he wanted. That's where he wanted to go. Mm-hmm. So if he would have came earlier at that time, you could imagine the things we could have got from him, Sting and Shawn Michaels. We did get Sting and Triple H, but Sting and Shawn Michaels, Sting and Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Sting, and I know even when he came back that last time, when he came to WWE, they wanted him to go against Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All these different things he could have did with it, but it just didn't happen. That's one thing we got coming down the road, man. We talk about those things and what else. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be something we just got to sit and imagine or play the game, because that's not gonna happen. Now I know they say never, but that I don't know if that would, if he comes back after that send off. I don't know, man. I guess it's just like the business addiction, So
you end it right there, because that match is so big for the last match. Even WWE mentioned it on their program on Raw.
Yeah.
So they paid homage to him and say how great he was and how great career he had.
Yep.
And that normally doesn't happen.
Right. Man, so what was your favorite version of Sting?
Wolfpack Sting.
That ain't the last one.
But as a kid, that's what I loved. It. I just love the face paint, the red face paint, and I love the Wolfpack itself. So I was biased, I guess. But I mean, that's what I remember. That's what I love.
Yeah. For me, I like the Beach Blonde, but I like the Beach Blonde as he started getting into that character a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not like when it first happened, when he first had those classic Ric Flair. I'm like, when he started really, you knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? It was team with Luger and fighting all these other people like that. So, and when he was fighting like Cactus Jack and Vader and all them, you know what I'm saying? Spin the wheel, make the deal match and all that type of thing. But I like the initial Crows thing, because I like with everything that came with it. Coming down from the rafters, sitting up in the rafters, looking, pointing the back, not saying a word, but that's the superstardom of a superstar that can do that, right?
Yeah.
Look at like you said on the Rock Monday, didn't say nothing,
right?
But commanding attention. Same the same way in that regard. Just didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I think it was in WCW. When Sane was kind of making special appearances, right, as the Crow Sting. And I think it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan came down when he's in WCW. He was saying in the camera, "Be a man, Sting, be a." When they was trying to get him to, fight the NWO and that whole thing. Be a Sting, be a man. He said that on the way to the ring. Middle of the ring, Sting drops down and Scorpion Death drops him. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. You'll see. Be a man, Sting. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's not a quiet guy. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then boom. So the way they built that, though, the special moments of that factor, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the birth of apartheid. All right.
I would say, man, my favorite was the Crow Sting too, man. Coming down from the rafters and just that whole aura around that character, man. I mean, I was like, man, is this a bad guy, good guy? I mean, you just didn't know, But I think the whole the whole picture behind it was amazing, man. Sting has a historical career. I mean, he had some great battles against Flair too, man.
Yeah, Flair. You can say Flair. And when he teamed up with Luger, he had classes against Harlem Heat, Steiners, I believe LOD. You or War Warriors, however you want to say that in that time. But I think some of the other classics that he had classes when he was the Crow against Savage, against the memorable moments against Hogan. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple of cool matches with Goldberg. So he had, he touched a little bit of everybody in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I know in TNA, then he fought AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, all the RVD. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that going on. So even there, you had that stick, So then you go to WWE. Unfortunately, only one he fought was Triple H and Seth Rollins. But the injury happened in that match, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. So
right.
But yeah,
now, who you think? So this is always the going debate. So who did the sharpshooter or the Scorpion Deathlock first?
It was Scorpion Deathlock, and I heard that from documentary. I think Tyson Kidd said it in a documentary that Sting had it first.
Okay.
Because Bret Hart didn't use that when he was with the Hart Foundation.
Oh, wow.
They used the what they call it, the Hammer pick him up and he comes in the heart attack. Didn't they call it heart attack?
Yeah, heart attack, yeah.
So he was a tag team wrestler for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't remember him even using that then until he came with singles. Now, not to say he didn't try it in the match, but it wasn't his finisher like that. They never beat anybody like that. So not in a tag team situation.
Right. Mm-hmm. So where does he go from here? The years from now, you think we inducted him to the Hall of Fame?
Who, Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already in which one? Because he's already in the WWE one.
Right.
So which one you? What is another one out there too?
I saw one today. Yeah.
Is there another one?
No, I think I know he was in TNA one and the WWE one too. So, I mean, good. Unless that's not what's another one, but.
Well, to answer your question though, Sean, if there's going to be another Wrestling Hall of Fame for whatever reason, whether it's a company or some kind of organization, yes, he should go on that too, without question, because he is considered, even though he played a heel part of his career, he would probably go down as one of the greatest faces, the most popular faces ever, based on what he did. You know what I'm saying? Based on what he did. There's a few names, in my opinion. I think the people who will go down is, I know he played heel with Ricky Steamboat and Rey Mysterio.
Man, Ricky Steamboat had some legendary matches with Flair. Yeah.
So it's kind of. So if to answer your question though, if there's be another one, yes, he should go in without question.
He be like the top. You got him top 5 face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's gonna be another
question, man.
Who you got? Who you got number one? Top all time face.
All time.
Hogan, right?
Like career-wise, overall, or just nobody who never turned heel, as far as we know.
Oh, I mean, I say overall.
Okay. Hogan's up there. Sting's up there, obviously. I would say Ricky Steamboat. I would say Rey Mysterio. And you know what?
Would you say Cena?
Huh?
Would you say Cena? Because everybody wanted him to turn heel, but he just never did. He just stayed where he was.
We're going to get to you in a moment.
No, well, I don't.
I had to say it. I still put him in there.
I don't think it's Cena because of what he went through, because nobody else went through what he went through. He was getting, at times, you probably thought he was getting shoved down your throat. But, he still, and then when he was going to turn face, you know what? I'm going to say Cena for this reason. I'm going to say Cena 5 for this reason. Not only his business in the ring, but his business outside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make a wish.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he didn't turn heel, one of the reasons why he's like, because if I do this, there's no more Make a Wish. There's no more this. There's no more that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you stop that, and they would keep requesting him, and he's a heel.
Right.
How's that work?
Right. So you said, we got what? We got Hogan, Steamboat,
Sting, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena.
Yeah. How about you, Crump?
I can agree with that list.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
That's a pretty stacked list, man. Steamboat, Hogan. I think
A lot of
Hogan.
stay faces for their whole career. So I mean, what's up, Hogan? But
yeah, but even then, I mean,
people
were still like, they were still cheering him. I remember when Hogan did the whole NWO, man. My cousin you would thought Hogan slapped him in his face.
Well, did you see that ring though? Did you see the ring after that?
Man, the ring was because it's everybody's childhood. Like that's everybody's childhood, right back then. That's everybody's childhood, and he spit in their face. Perfect heel time.
Yeah, best thing to happen, man.
Perfect heel time.
Revive his career.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But
refreshing.
Speaking of historic careers, man, there's been a lot of buzz lately. Because every now and then I watch the Eric Bischoff podcast. Eric Bischoff be saying some stuff, man. I'm like, where are you getting the stuff from, man? But one of the things he brought up, man, was Chris Jericho's comment. Chris Jericho said that on another podcast that the WWE Hall of Fame isn't a really big priority to him. So I want to pose the question: where does Jericho sit when we talk about the Hall of Fame?
Go ahead, Carl.
Well, I mean, he's a certified Hall of Famer, but I think Jericho just trying to big up AEW right now. That's where he is, and so he's gonna big up where he is, and he trying to mainstay in AEW since the beginning and turn the tide. That he was one of the reasons they really made a big name. They needed him in AEW, so it's him being the mainstay and them being loyal to him and still continue to put him on TV when people saying he shouldn't be on TV, he got a bad body, this and that. It's a lot of times why he's still here getting views and stuff like that. AEW sticking to him, and he gotta stay loyal to that. So I mean, but if he's done whenever he's done with AEW and they say, "Oh, we want to come be in the Hall of Fame," you can't tell me he ain't gonna say yes. Absolutely. That's what he spent a lot of his career, a Hall of Fame career. That's what most people know him from. He going in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I would add to that. One of the things I did notice, people they're back for their company. So when he said all those things, not a big deal to him. I tend to think sometimes, just such as life, right? When you have some kind of bitterness about some place that you used to work at or whatever, or somebody you used to work with, you're going to say things, why wouldn't you want to be in the Hall of Fame though? Why wouldn't you want to, get that, what I'm saying, get those flowers, as they say. Maybe it's not a big deal to him, but I bet you if he showed up to it and had a speech, he'll make it a big deal because that's who Jericho is, right? So, but it maybe get to that time soon. I think I saw last week that not to say the fan gonna make the decision, but somebody streamed in his promo, retire. You heard it. You heard a fan scream it in an interview with Renee Paquette. So I'm just like, I don't know, but at the end of the day, he's like one of the last ones left. That's full time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the fans kind of turn at times.
This dude he's another one got a legendary career, man. I mean, you talking about his WCW work, WWE work. I mean, just that first promo he did with The Rock, classic. Classic, man. I think Jericho definitely deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame, man. But like you said, RC, I think he's just paying loyalty to AEW. It's like when you was in high school and you was dating somebody, but you're like, I'm kind of settling, and you got the fine chick in the background. You're like, I don't know what move I need to make. That's probably how Jericho feeling right now. That Hall of Fame looking really good. I bet you they give him a call.
Yeah,
I bet you.
Because
he would.
But one thing he said, and it's like not like I will never go back to the league, but right now it's just not in the plans.
Right.
So that right there tells me, hey, maybe one day, but right now I'm sticking with AEW. I'm raising that flag, and that's okay because AEW it's the second best promotion in the US. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you got to support the cut where you at, even though some people don't. They say the wrong thing. I think I'll bring Mercedes Mone up real quick because she said one day I will be back in WWE. Well, you about to debut in AEW. Why would you say that?
Listen, because she know. Everybody know. Everybody knew the big leagues. Everybody want to be in the big leagues.
Yeah, but Chris Jericho ain't gonna see nothing like that. So he's gonna more old school and say and rep for who he is right now, where he is right now.
Right. And I mean, I think, because I hear a lot of people say that, like, a lot of people said, I'll never do anything with the WWE, man, but then The Rock come and now they got a podcast talking about WWE, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, like Bischoff, sometimes he come across a little bitter, on his podcast, I don't want to do anything with the industry no more. I guarantee you, if things went another way, we probably wouldn't see that side, man. So I say that to say, we don't know what bridge needs to be mended, what needs to happen. Because I guarantee you, Jericho want to go back. I guarantee you, he want to go back to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he would. He would, but I think he's trying to do something. He's really trying to. I think he really wants to get AEW off the ground and running. Now, granted, so okay, let's look at it like this. Their largest crowd was 80-something thousand in the UK for that show they did. I think it was All In.
Yeah. All in.
Okay. Now, Wembley Stadium. Unfortunately, the most talked about thing was what happened backstage.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you had Chris Jericho fighting Will Ospreay on that show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got to go back this year because they're going back. I think they already got tickets on sale. And now you got to redo that place. Now, I know people are going to say, we're talking about, Jericho, what he's trying to do is what we're talking about here as well. Because he's trying to build this thing up. So when you go back now, let's redo this, right? That's what be on my mind. Let's redo this. Let's do it right, right? Mm-hmm. We know we're going to sell 80,000 tickets again because those are some fanatic fans over there in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's so much. It's not taking nothing for AEW. I don't think it's so much AEW as it is pro wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can probably go over there and get that crowd like that. Potentially.
Maybe.
Because you know what I'm saying? Just because they love pro wrestling and they don't get it like that. So, but will Jericho be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Will he appreciate it? Yes. He says it's not a big deal potentially. It'll be a big deal for him.
It'll be a big deal. I mean, who would induct him in Hall of Fame?
It's today? Like if he hadn't going tomorrow?
That's tough.
It is. Okay. I would say we talking about his whole career, so it got to be somebody who's been rolling with him for a while, or wearing his rivalries in WWE. So first person come to mind is Shawn Michaels to me.
Well, I think if Eddie Guerrero was still alive, it probably would have been him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of them from somebody from WCW. I would say that was in WCW with them down the road, back and forth. I think that's somebody from there.
But I can see Shawn doing it. I can see Shawn Michaels doing it.
Yeah.
That was like his childhood idol. Yeah. That match was amazing.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, about 20 of them.
the one at Mania, but the one at that ladder match.
That ladder match.
Oh yes, sir.
That was. Woo, I want to watch that again.
I'm still mad Shawn didn't win that match. That's a whole other conversation, though. But never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. The story careers, man.
Yeah.
I got another question about the Hall of Fame, though. Do y'all feel like it's less put out there and kind of diluted now? Because they named these people last minute, almost last minute for this Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. It's been like that for a few years now. Seem like before you heard about somebody in December, January going to the Hall of Fame, at least the main star of it.
Right.
But now it's coming on after SmackDown. You can watch it if you want to. It's so packed. I get it with both nights, but it seemed like it's just not as put out there, not as highlighted.
I remember when we first went to Mania. I remember we did the Hall of Fame, and it was like you was looking forward to it. I think to your point, RC, now it's kind of like just another show.
Well, like you got tickets to SmackDown. We got the Hall of Fame gonna be there too if you want to stay that long. Stay after that.
Well, I think as Sean said, alluding to your point, RC, it was its own separate entity then.
Yeah.
So you would say Hulk Hogan's going to the Hall of Fame 3 months out so you can pack the house.
Right.
Now, because I don't think they sell it as an option. You go to SmackDown, it's a combo ticket for Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
I've
yeah,
never been to it like that, right?
Be,
Yeah. So, on top of that, you get no more than 5 people now, and the main person get an hour, the rest of them get 2 or 3 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? But I also remember when I said last week that Triple H is a wrestler? Mm-hmm. Remember I said that? I've heard on many occasions that most prominently with Shawn Michaels Hall of Fame speech, but he was like, look, I ain't gonna be up here all night, y'all, because we got WrestleMania tomorrow, and all due respect, somebody up here every year stay up here all night, and we gotta get up for WrestleMania tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying too, but I think now it's more so. It's the Hall of Fame, yes, but I think it's more of the focus on the main person.
Right. But because I think I've heard now. I didn't know then, but I heard now that during Ric Flair's in the speech that Vince told Triple H to go out there and tell him to wrap it up.
Yeah, he went. You remember we were there and they booed Triple H.
Yeah.
You remember that when he went up to him?
Yeah.
He was like, and they booed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he said it on the documentary, and we knew what it was. We knew what it was. It was so obvious.
Yeah. Because I remember when he kept talking, he said, I ain't even got to my paper yet. So, he was saying, if he didn't get the paper yet, he was already talking that long. Yeah. They had to cut it.
But to your point, RC, I think that's what's missing. Like, you got these guys that had long careers, and you asking them to condense that into, a good soundbite, good talk. Man, but man, it was like you said, Lonnie, like it was a separate night. That's what made it magical, Yeah. Now I think they do it like right out there on the stage and somebody come in the ring, right?
Yeah, they set the ring up. They keep the ring because it's a show, right? And they set it up like I think they put the steps on it and whatnot, and they walk up to it. So it's a little different now. But like I said, I think it's more so about the main person now. And I think they started setting that stage up like that since 35.
Right.
When they started doing that. But to your point though, I think it's one of those things where unfortunately it might be a business move, like based on what packs the house and what doesn't, and how can we pack the house and make it more profitable. That might be a business move. I don't know. But I also know that they don't probably want people there all night. Which is ironic though, because SmackDown is at 10.
Right.
So you got at least another 2 hours probably
right.
Of that. Right. That's waiting. That's who's waiting for it to start.
Mm-hmm.
The main person getting about 45 minutes, probably to an hour to speak, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got everything else in between.
Right.
So I don't know. So
but they make sure it earlier though, because sometimes at different events, sometimes they start shooting early. Because they know something else is after that, especially if the Hall of Fame, they might start at 6 instead of 8.
Yes. Because
they know the Hall of Fame is after that, so it might start earlier. That's what SmackDown might start earlier.
I think they might have did that last year, RC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think they might have did that. So so it's a pretty big thing, man. But I'm still glad they do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see when we go back to it. When we decide to do that and see what that experience is like. I know the people would like to hear that. So it'll be very fun. I mean, it'll be fun for sure.
We got Paul Heyman. Who else we got going in this year?
We got the U.S. Express. Is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Barry Windham and
I'm not gonna look up the list right quick.
Yeah, Barry Windham and
Bull Nakano.
Yeah, Bull Nakano's going in. Muhammad Ali's going in.
I thought he was already in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too.
No.
He should have been, but okay.
I forgot the guy's name. But yeah.
I didn't know who he was either.
5 people. So yeah, it's gonna be obviously Paul Heyman's the headliner because it's in Philadelphia.
Right.
So but yeah,
ain't no telling if he's gonna be in character or he gonna talk real. Ain't no telling. I think he's gonna blur it. He should
do it in count of character.
Yeah, but he got a lot to talk about. I'm sure he got a lot to talk about, but it's Paul Heyman. He can do
listen, man. He be like this here. And tomorrow, when my tribal chief crushes the dreams, all you Cody crybabies.
Yeah.
You know, he just drop it up like that, and then he can look on this. And if Roman's in attendance, you know, he can stand up and, you know,
you put the ones up, right?
You know what I'm saying? And then you get a shot of Cody himself or whatever,
and the final boss.
Yeah, I don't know if it could be there.
Yeah, I don't know if him or Roman might be out there. I don't will see.
Yeah.
Right. But man, what was I about to say? So Paul Heyman, man, I forgot that he managed the Undertaker.
Wait, what they called him back then? Because that's back in his WCW days.
Yeah, because you know, I was watching the podcast, man, and Undertaker was saying how, you know, Paul was really instrumental with him getting on with WWE, with WWF at the time, you know, and he's like, man, Paul was such a good guy. He took care of the, you know, hotel, the rides, everything. Yeah,
he got him to go to WWE because they went to Mean Mark Palace, I think his name was.
right.
Yeah.
And he got him to go to the if you go back and watch some of the history of the documentaries they talk about, they bring those stories up and things of that nature, man. So I think it's a phenomenal way they have it set up. You know, the Hall of Fame. So that's why Jericho will be there, because not only would he get acknowledged as a Hall of Famer at the show, you would get the Hall of Fame treatment of coming out on the stage at WrestleMania again.
Yeah.
Never was open for his performance to go out there and see everybody. And if you're the headliner, you probably go out both nights.
Right.
And I think he will be the headliner whenever he goes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely headline material right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Sometimes I think they're running out of names.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like, but he would definitely be the headliner.
They got too many names, bro. They ain't gonna run out. You know what I mean?
People a lot of names, but does everybody deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Some people say some nominees don't deserve it sometimes.
Right.
They just be putting people in there just to fill space.
Right.
So that's why I think Jericho will be a headliner, no matter who he goes in with.
He's definitely gonna be a headliner, man. But speaking of the headliner, man, I don't even know how to edify this person. I mean, you know, this person I can't do that. Let me see. So the headliner, the name we all been talking about, wondering where she's gonna go. Everybody been checking their social media, wondering when this person gonna get in the ring. You had speculation. They said, "Oh, she's not being used right," and bam, here she is. She done got signed. What you call it? The blue brand. She done got signed to SmackDown. We talk about none other than Jade Cargill herself signed to SmackDown. What y'all think, man? I think that's big news.
Well, you know, this is what I see. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. That's what I see. But you know, I want to say this. I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow with her, because the questions I have, is she going to be in a match at WrestleMania? She may be there, I'm sure, but will she have a match? We have to see tomorrow what time's in. But at this particular point in her career, I see more opportunity for her on SmackDown than she would have on Raw right now, because there are a lot of not to say SmackDown doesn't, but there's a lot of star power on Raw already. You know, when you got Becky, you got Rhea, say what you want, but Nia Jackson keeping people talking. You know what I'm saying? Even though she got flatline, you know what I'm saying? And the wrong rumor by Jade, but you know what I'm saying? You know, with her, and then you're trying to build up the tag team division with them, and the Kabuki Warriors can go different places right now because they can't. But I just feel like she'll have more. This is a good place for her to go, because remember, let's call it what it is. Even though they have Roman Reigns, they still SmackDown's considered, you know, it's not the flagship.
I think she's going to do great on SmackDown, of course. But I think Raw needs more women, big stars. Because like the names you said is almost it, as far as people going to jump out their seat when they hear the music.
Yeah.
Man, really? I think that's enough on Raw. I think that's enough.
I mean, it might be, but I don't know. Because Rhea ran through the whole roster pretty much for the most part. And Becky was the last one. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think Raw needed more star power for the women.
Okay.
But, I mean, Jay going to do big things on SmackDown. But Bianca, Naomi, Damage Control, Bailey.
Right.
And it's stacked over there. It's stacked. But so I'm ready to see what she do because I mean she's made a big impact so far and she hasn't done much. But she's made a big impact either way.
But let's think about this though too. To your point, another reason why I said that though, because they haven't announced it yet, but the draft coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to your point, RC, Rhea has ran to that whole roster. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of Becky right now, probably. So the draft is coming up. So we're gonna see what happens. Are they gonna swap champions over, or are they gonna,
Well, I think they exited that out with they don't have SmackDown and Raw women's championships no more. So whoever got what belt, they're gonna go to that brand with the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they changed the belts for them.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good. The tag team stuff and all that stuff. But yeah, I think she'll be good. Obviously, you want to see her fight Bianca. Obviously, that'll be a stellar on paper already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what she does, though, man. I want to wait and see. Man.
Man. Hey, listen, I got all anticipation. I'm excited, man. And with this being International Women's Month, man, I thought it would be fitting, during this time to talk about, how far the women's division has come. I mean, we're far removed from the brawl and panty days and the mud matches and stuff like that, to where now we're looking at, actual, other than I would say I wouldn't do them like that because you had Trish Stratus and you had Lita. You really had some really good classic matches. But they really wasn't pushed, I feel like they are now, man. Like, I mean, what was it? WrestleMania, you had Sasha and Bianca, saying, I mean, that was a classic match, man. Two African American women at that, you know what I'm saying? And here we have another strong African American woman that's come on board, man, and just the sky's the limit for her. And and she's just gonna make that whole locker room probably pop, man. I mean, she's got it, like Triple H said, she's got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of women back in the day, speaking of prominent black women, two are forgotten a lot. Jacqueline and Jazz.
Yep.
Those two strong women. I mean, Jacqueline had the cruiserweight title. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about China had the Intercontinental title. That was great. But let's talk about Jacqueline having the cruiserweight title also and being women's champion, and Jazz also. Those are two I've forgotten so much.
Jacqueline was a beast, man.
She's in the Hall of Fame too. She's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but
Jazz is not though, but not yet anyway.
Yeah, so, but Jacqueline wants to come back and do something. They never call her back to do anything, and that it's a little disrespectful because she was a prominent woman back then.
Mm-hmm.
But it just start with them. They got as they said, China, Beth Phoenix. Those are the women that are starting to where women showing their skill, showing that they more than just bra and panties, mud matches, bikini shows, or whatever that is. Those women that made a way for all the women that's coming through today.
Right.
But the fourth horsewoman, I think all four of them really brought it to where it's a mainstay. Yeah. People say the Bella Twins, but I don't think it was them. AJ Lee,
yeah.
But
I don't even credit AJ Lee like that.
I mean, they say he should dropping pop bombs just like Punk, her husband Punk. So she's everybody wants to see her back. Also, they thought she was gonna come back at this year's Royal Rumble, but it just didn't happen. But everybody thought it was gonna happen. But
I just don't remember that one match where I'm like, man, it was really good.
Oh, AJ.
Character, man. Character, man. It's all about character there,
Yeah,
even with the character, I'm like, all right. It's, another B+ player, but I digress. But man, I think her versus Rhea Ripley. I mean, there's so many ways you can put her, but I think I don't know. I see her more as a heel, a natural heel. Like I have a hard time seeing her as a face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
think she worked most of the time at AEW as a heel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but people just started to like her.
Yeah.
She had the baddie section, and people wanted to be in the baddie section, and she went on that long winning streak. She lost to one person for real.
That was her last match, ain't it?
So that's two matches, I want to say.
Yeah, last two matches.
Yeah.
The first TBS champion. I mean, she had a great career at AEW, but it's just she didn't get the reps she needed, and that's what she's getting now. That's why she's been off TV. She's getting those reps that she needs to get better in that ring. She's a big star, no denying that. Looking like $1 million, $1 billion.
$1 billion.
She got the charisma. Everybody wants to see her. She made a great moment at Royal Rumble, but she needed them reps. I'm pretty sure she got it from her debut to now.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody wants to see what she's gonna do at WrestleMania. Hope she does something. I think they should do a SmackDown versus Raw, her versus Nia Jax WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask where would you put her at WrestleMania? I mean,
that's what they should do. Nia been doing her thing.
Yeah.
Was there some more matches announced today for WrestleMania?
Not to my knowledge. I think because we're about 9 days out now, so either between this Friday and I would say Monday, I'm sure they have announced the final match of the card, because I don't know if they were announced one right the day before, right? I mean, they might, but if it makes sense. But I would say after Monday we should get the final card, because I can tell you right now what I'm thinking. That when she shows up, something will come from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether she, maybe, I don't know if they're gonna go Bianca Naomi against Kabuki Warriors for the titles, or is it gonna be a 6-women's tag match with Dakota and then put Jade in there? I don't know. So
or will she come out and like just interfere in the match? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that could be the case too. But they're gonna give her TV time 9 days before the show. I would say something gotta give, you know.
Yeah, somebody gonna come out and interrupt her, do something tomorrow.
Right.
Because remember, she had to run in with Io Sky.
All of them back there, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So that's a situation I want to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wait and see what happens with that, because that's going to tell a lot.
Right.
That's going to tell a lot.
Right.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, here you go. So who's got more star power right now? Her or formerly known as Sasha, or what we now know her as Mercedes Mone? Who's got more star power right now?
It's kind of hard for me to say it, because I haven't followed her a lot lately. And so I know she went to New Japan before wrestling. I think she got injured. So star power wise,
Mercedes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say her, because she has her rep. She knows when she has the chemistry. She knows that she understands the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So she may have more star power, yes. And everybody's still waiting to see when she walks through that curtain at WWE.
Yeah, and she makes the most money out of any woman in history from what that's around here.
Yeah, so and Jade has star power because she's built for it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I have to see more from her.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm looking forward to seeing, because I think she'll do well now.
Yeah.
But I would have to agree. I think Mercedes Mone has more star power based on her history.
Cool.
Yeah.
That brings us to the next topic, man. So, how did you guys feel about her debut?
Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
My only thing is this, man. It was in Boston, where she's from.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, cool. All right, that's already a penthouse, right? Again, I want to see what they do with her, because it looks like they're trying to involve her in the TBS championship. So, I think she was on the show multiple times that night. She did a couple of backstage things. She did a promo. She ran out at the end. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just interested to see what they do. So the intro, very good. But I want to see what they do with it.
Yeah. Only thing I don't like is I wish it was a surprise. They gave it away so early. Like, okay, I guess to get more viewers. Like, she gonna be on this day,
right?
But I just like the surprise, everything. Like, oh, she's here. What?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want. And take that CEO part out of her song. That just annoys me.
I didn't like that either, man. And to me, honestly, I think that their whole debut was a little watered down. You know, I think I was talking to Lonnie. You know, she showed her video package that she said she put together, and maybe she kept some of the WWE stuff. I would like to send some of that in the video package. Maybe it's copyright, something like that. But I thought, you know, because we all knew she was going to AEW after she turned down WWE, so it wasn't like a surprise, you know. Yeah. To your point, I'm like, I wish it would have been more of a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, because like people already knew it was gonna happen, and then people want to bag on her about it wasn't, they didn't get as much viewership or bump in viewership like they thought they would be. But I don't care about that. But I mean, a lot of people do, and a lot of people bring that up. But the big question is, how will they use her?
Mm-hmm.
Will she stay relevant, or will she just be another person on the roster?
And I mean, the way things go over there, it looks like she might end up. It's a small chance she may end up just being another person on the roster. You know.
Yeah, hopefully not, because I think the lady who just left WWE, she was a part of something over there, creative. I think she signed with AEW, and I think she's pretty close with her. So maybe they can work together to do things. And then, it's a time will tell on it, man, because I think they're going to put a bet on her quick, though. I will say that.
Yeah, that TBS title.
Yeah, I think they're going to put that on her quick.
Is the TBS title, is that considered, or is that like the women's title over there? I guess that's the equivalent women's title.
That's
what Jade had for like forever.
Right.
Yeah, that's just like they mid card title, and then they had the women's championship. They got an AEW women's championship, then it's a TBS title. It's like with the AEW championship and the TNT title. It's almost like the Intercontinental almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anybody can have the TBS title, apparently.
I mean, whoever wins it, I mean, I don't think it's anybody, but
I mean, because
it's
it looks like
been a few champions, I think.
It looks like it's a woman. It looks like it's a woman thing, though. I mean,
that's the women's title, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it is a very prominent title for that, but they can make into it and build into it. And I think they're going to keep her and Tony away for each other for a while. That's what I personally believe. But
but Tony's so entertaining right now. Everybody loves Tony Storm right now.
Yeah. I think she's doing well over there. She's doing well over there. There's a couple people who's heavy hitters, but yeah. So I mean, honestly, that's again just like Jade. I want to see what happens with it.
Me too.
You know, you always hope it succeeds, but I want to see what happens with that. It's her and Jade like, kind of simultaneously re-debuting, if you will.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see, because I'm not talking about just with WrestleMania. I'm talking about what's going to happen afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's when you probably don't see Rock Roman not often. That's who's going to step. I mean, Cody's going to be there step, but for the women, like it's going to take more to step up, because people are going to be on the high. What's going to take to, to keep that up. And then AEW, I think they have AEW Dynasty coming up.
Right.
So that'd be a perfect time for her to get on there if she doesn't have a match before that.
Right. I mean, but that's another money match, man. Maybe sometime in the future, her and Jade Cargill, that'd be a money match.
Yeah,
good match. It'd be a good match, man. But I'm not really feeling the whole CEO personality. I'm not really feeling the whole thing, man.
It's a playoff to being the boss, so she just want to keep that going, and so she says CEO. So I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with her, and time will tell. And I'm sure we'll have some more to talk about in the next couple of weeks about that. I'm pretty sure, man.
Right.
But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Man, yeah, man. So I think it's a good spot for women wrestling. It's a good spot for the women brand, man. Like I'm thinking back to where at WrestleMania, Bianca had the girls come out there and dance and stuff like that, man. Like this is something I'm saying that because it's something I can, like, man, show my little girl, like, hey, you might want to do this too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a beautiful thing that's going on in the women wrestling right now, man. And my hat's off to every professional woman wrestler out there, man. They're doing a really good thing, man. But man, it's been a banging show.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. What we got? What's your final thoughts?
Yeah, man. For everyone watching, get ready for wrestling fans. Whether you're going to be there or watching it at home, get your rest, because it's WrestleMania week coming up. And, just be excited about that. And this is what we all as fans look forward to. It's our Super Bowl, as they say. No matter who pro whichever company, but this is the event, right? So yeah, get ready for it. And we're looking forward to coming back and talking about it. It's going to be phenomenal. So with everything we talked about now, yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal show. So much to talk about. So much.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big week. I'm ready. So like, subscribe. We're gonna be putting a lot of videos out. So check them out, and we ready for doing recaps and breaking news or whatever we need. We're gonna be here for you.
Cool. Predictions for SmackDown before we get off.
Roman, come on out.
Now, I think the one thing I will say about it is that you got the final 2 matches for the participants of the tag team titles. I think Theory and Waller is going to win. I think because the Street Profits is going to get through by AOP. And I think
is Bobby Lashley, is he injured?
No, he's there. And I think that I think it's going to set up some type of match with them at WrestleMania. It's going to be a brawl, 6-man tag, or maybe 8-person with the ladies too. So
yeah, I hope they do something because they've been building. They need to build a finale.
Yeah.
So your prediction, Crump, is just Roman going to appear. That's it, right?
Yeah, and then we're gonna figure out if they make some more matches for Mania, Jade coming out, and who added to that ladder match.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to.
Man, when old boy gonna cash in his money in the bank?
He got about $3. So
it could be at It could be at Mania.
Yeah.
He gonna top Seth? Is he gonna top Seth? Everybody Seth the biggest cash in ever.
Right. Yeah, but
is he gonna top that?
He can cash in on anybody though.
Yeah, that's
like
gonna be
US title, Intercontinental title included. So he can.
Because they losing them tag team titles. I'll tell you that.
Right.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Also too.
Man,
that's a whole other conversation.
It is a whole nother conversation, man. But listen, before we get out of here, we want to leave you with some encouragement. Lonnie, give them the champion's moment right now.
A champion's moment. I'm gonna do this one for somebody you're looking at right now. I'm gonna do this for my boy Ronald Crumpton. We come on here, we have fun, but sometimes we all go through things in life. We're not gonna get too much into that, but I want to let y'all know there's a strong man here, who dealt with a couple of things, and now he's still here, showing up and doing something that he loves and enjoying things with his friends and family. So he's a champion because he's not allowing things to keep him down. He's still moving forward. So my champion moment is to my brother Ronald Crumpton.
Appreciate that, bro, because it's been a rough week, man, but I'm here. I know what y'all, whoever watching, I know what y'all believe in, but my God has kept me here. I'm here with my brothers, talking about something, like my brother Lonnie said, talking about something I love, I'm passionate about. And that's what life is about, passion, what you're passionate about, what you want to do with your life. And right here, I just want to speak about what I love and doing it with people I grew up with. I love them, and I'm here. I thank the Lord for it.
That's what it is. Lonnie, thank you for the champion's moment. Listen, and it's that passion that makes you a champion. All the people that's watching, it's that passion. Whatever that passion is, that makes you a champion. And you've been watching the Champions Corner podcast. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Follow us on all digital outlets. We want to thank our digital audience for watching us today on the Champions podcast. We'll see you next time.